Hey, Wagwan. Yeah, man, it's Mr. Garfield here, and we're back with a Keep Applied Mathematics question. All right, Keep Applied Mathematics Unit 1 question to be exact. Okay, so this is from Module 1, that's collecting and describing data. And here I have a May June 2010 paper 3 data analysis question. Okay, so it says that the average weekly income in dollars of workers in the 14 departments of a large company are, and they give us the values below. And it says that we are to determine the median income, as 3 marks, the upper quartile of the incomes, that's 1 mark, the lower quartile of the incomes, that's 1 mark, the range of the incomes, that's 2 marks, and it says that we are to calculate the mean income, that's 3 marks. Okay, so let us do part 1 of B here, all right, which says that we are to determine the median income. So part B, all right, so part 1 of question B. So this is solution. Great. So determine the median income. What is the median? Now, you should remember that the median is the middle value after arranging the data in order. All right. Now, if you look carefully, we have 161, then 165, 181, 188, etc. Right? And clearly you can see that they had already arranged the data in order for us. Okay, the data is already in order. So I'm just going to write it down here. Right? I'm going to write it down here. I'm going to write in blue. So we are given 161, 165, 181, 188, 227, 263, all right, 274, 329, all right, so 274, then 329, then 340, 401, 435, then 503, all right, then 585, all right, 503, then 585, and then we have 764. Great. And we want to find the median, which is the middle value, after we arrange the data in order. All right, so the data is in order, and I'm going to just show you a simple way of finding the median. All right, I'm not going to use the formula here. So what I'm going to do is cancel one value above and one value below. All right, and I'm going to continue doing that until I reach my middle value. So one value above, then one value below. Okay, one value above, one value below, one value above, one value below, one value above, one value below, one value above, one value below. Great. And you can see that here we have 2 values remaining. All right, you can cancel those out. Okay, so if you have 2 values remaining in the middle there, what you need to do in order to get the median, you need to find the arithmetic mean of those values. Okay, so the median would normally represent it like this. All right, that's the symbol that we use in statistics for the median. So the median is going to be the arithmetic mean of these 2 values. So that's 274 plus 329. All right, so that's the sum of those values divided by 2. Okay, good. And if you put that into your calculator, you should get a value of 301.5. All right, great. So I can now say that therefore, the median income is is, the median income is $301.05. Okay, that is my answer. Great. So part 1 is now completed. All right, that will give you your 3 marks there. Part 2 now says that we are to determine the upper quartile of the incomes. All right, so the upper quartile, that's part 2 of B. All right, so we have B, part 2, solution. Okay, so we want the upper quartile, and the upper quartile is normally represented as Q3. Okay, now before I can get the actual quartile, the upper quartile, all right, I'm going to find the position for it. So I'm going to find the position, all right, so the position of the upper quartile, Q3, that's going to be equal to 3 out of 4 multiplied by n plus 1. Okay, now we already know what n is. N is the number of values that we have, all right, and they told us that we have 14 values. That's 3 out of 4 times 14 plus 1, okay, which is going to be equal to 3 over 4 times 15, all right? And if you put that into your calculator, 3 over 4 times 15, you should get 11.25, all right? And that is the position, for Q3. Okay, good. So what that means is that we need to look for the 11th, all right? We need to look for the 11th position, all right? So let's go back to the values that I wrote up here. Okay, so if I look for the 11th position, all right, that's going to be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's going to be this number here, right? 435. Okay, so 435 is the value in the 11th position, all right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say Q3, which is the upper quartile, all right? So the upper quartile is going to be equal to what? The upper quartile is going to be equal to the 11th position that I identified above, which is 435, all right, plus, now if you look at the value here, all right, 11.25, we know that 11.25 can be represented as 11 plus 0.25, right? So I have already found the 11th position, that's 435, all right? But this 0.25 remaining, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply it, all right? I'm going to multiply it by the number that comes after 435. Let's go back to it up here, all right? So the number which comes after 435 is 503 here, all right? So I'm going to now take that 503. Let's go back down. I'm going to take that 503, all right? Put it in the brackets, minus the 11th position, which is 435. All right, that's how we calculate it. So we've identified the 11th position as 435 plus the 0.25 that is remaining here. All right, we multiply that by the number which comes after the 435. All right, and I minus 435. Okay, so let us just calculate this now. So Q3 is equal to 435 plus, if you put this value into your calculator, 0.25 times 503 minus 435, you should get a value of 17. All right, so Q3 is going to be equal to 435 plus 17, which is going to be 452. All right, that is my upper quartile. So I'm now going to write a statement here and say, therefore, All right, I'm going to say therefore the upper quartile, of the incomes is $452. Okay, so that is my answer for part 2 of B. Great. Now I'm looking at part 3 of B, which says that we want to determine the lower quartile of the incomes. All right, the lower quartile of the incomes. That is part 3. So B, part 3, solution. All right, good. So we want the lower quartile now. All right, so it is represented as Q1. So I'm going to do the similar approach that I did above. So I'm going to find the position for Q1. All right, I'm going to find the position for Q1. And that is going to be equal to 1 out of 4 multiplied by n plus 1. Okay, we know what n is already. N is 14, right? So that's 1 over 4 times 14 plus 1, which is going to be 1 over 4 times 15, right? So if you put that into your calculator, 1 over 4 times 15, you will get 3.75. All right, and that is the position. That is the position for Q1. All right, good. So I'm now going to say that Q1 is equal to, I need to identify the third position. Okay, so let's go back up. The third position. Okay, so the third position, the third position is right here. All right, that's 181. Okay, 181. Let's go back down here. So I'm now going to write 181, all right, plus what? Now remember that this number here, 3.75, all right, 3.75 can be written as what? How could we write 3.75? All right, I could write it as 3 plus 0.75, right? So that 0.75, all right, that I have there, I'm going to say, so 181 plus that 0.75, all right, multiplied by the number which comes after 181, all right, so let's look at it. The number which comes after 181 is here, 188, all right, that's the number that comes after 181. Let's go back down. So what I'm going to have now in the brackets is 188 minus the 181. Okay, so let's just calculate this now. So that's 181 plus, if you put 0.75 times 188 minus 181 into the calculator, you should get 5.25. All right, so Q1 equals 181 plus 5.25, which is going to give me 186.25. Okay, good. So I'm going to write a statement now and say, therefore, the lower quartile of the incomes, is $186.25. Okay, that is my solution. So we have now finished part 3 of the question. Part 4 says that we are to determine the range of the incomes. All right, now how do you calculate range? So this is now part 4 of B. All right, so B part 4. All right, so this is B part 4 solution. So how do you calculate range? So range is equal to the highest value, all right, the highest value in the data set minus the lowest value. All right, so you look in the data that you're given and identify the highest value and the lowest value in the data set and subtract. Okay, so the range is equal to, let's just look for the highest value. All right, the highest value appears right here. Okay, that's 764. All right, and the lowest value in the data set is 161. Okay, so it means that my range is going to be the highest value, which is 764, minus the lowest value, which is 161. All right, let's go back down here. So I can now say that the range is going to be equal to the highest value, that's 764, minus the lowest value, which is 161. Okay, so when you subtract, you should get your range to be 603. All right, good. So I can now say, therefore, the range of the incomes, all right, the range of the incomes is $603. All right, so we're finished with part 4 of the question. Okay, finished with part 4. That's for 2 marks. And we're now going to do part C, which says to determine the mean income. Okay, determine the mean income. That's for 3 marks. So what we're doing is calculating the arithmetic mean here. All right, so part C solution. So we're calculating arithmetic mean. That's going to be what? X bar equals the summation of X. All right. Wow, that summation looks so ugly. So that's the summation. That's better. The summation of X divided by N. All right. Good. We know that N is 14. All right. So it means that X bar is going to be the sum of all the values that was given to us. All right. That's going to be 161 plus 165 plus 181 plus 188 plus 227 plus 263 plus 274 plus 329 plus 340 plus 401 plus 435. All right, so let's go over here. Plus 435 plus 503 plus 585 plus 764. All right, so we're adding all of those values there. That's 14 values in total. Okay, so let me just draw my line here to show that we're dividing. All right, so we're dividing. Good. Okay, so we are dividing by n, which we know is 14. All right, so X bar is equal to, when I put all of those values into the calculator, all right, and sum them, I will get 4,816. All right, that's what I will do. So we're dividing 4,816 by 14. So that's going to be x bar equals, divide those values, you will get 344 as your mean, your arithmetic mean. Okay, so I'm now going to write a statement now and say, therefore, the mean income, okay, so therefore, the mean income is $344. Okay, and that is the last part of the question, which says to calculate the mean income. All right, so that's it for this past paper question from the May June 2010 paper 3. Okay, I always encourage students to also practice paper 3 questions because those same questions can also appear in your paper 2. All right, so I hope it was helpful. If it was, please ensure to like up the video and comment down below. All right, I am Mr. Garth Reed, student ambassador for the University of Technology, Jamaica, and I'm a mathematics teacher in training in the School of Mathematics and Statistics. I thank you for joining.